I don't write my lyrics. Next day called Nicko. He recorded that shit.
Yeah.
I just go out and I really just play my music in front of like groups of people
Okay.
and see their reaction. You actually had to record the cypher, film the video in the same day. If you ain't gonna play my music in front of your friends, then is it really that fire?
Female experience wise.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to LLK Studios Podcast Xpereince. This is Lil Chris Beatz, aka Mr. CEO. Yeah, nosso host, felizmente, não conseguiu chegar hoje, so I had to step in. Yeah, we here with your boy Jay.
Hey,
what's up, bro?
What's good, fam? How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, e me obrigaram a falar inglês nessa entrevista, so I'll speak English. Então, adivinha legenda aí. First, por que nós temos que falar like full interview in English?
What you mean, bro?
Yeah, because like, você sabe, outras pessoas têm mentalidade de como estás em Moz, és obrigado a falar a língua deles, so that they understand you better.
Bro, you gotta understand, like, when I was growing up, when I was like 6 years old, I moved to South Africa, right? I was living in Pretoria. I stayed there for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So like when I was 6, I was like 12. So I was studying in English my whole life, basically, to the point where English is not my first language.
Oh.
You know, that's something a lot of people don't know about me, but I'm not like really based in Portuguese. My Portuguese is trash, bro. You know, I can speak it, I can understand it, but
Yeah, it's not something that you want to have a full conversation like on about. But anyways, we gotta first know like J-Y, J-H-A-Y. Why not just J or Junior or whatever?
yeah. I mean, my name is Jonas, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get too far from my name, so I really just took that J,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Jonas
yeah.
Levay. And then I was like, okay, J, right? J. At the time it was J-A-Y.
No, okay.
But it was like, there's so many J's in this world. You look up J, you're not gonna find me, right? So I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's put an H in that bitch, right? And now we here.
Hey, oh yeah, that's dope. And when did you start like taking like music serious? Oh, when did you start noticing that damn, I'm good like as a melodic artist and I'm good as a rapper because you also dope as a rapper, not just a melodic artist as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like back in 2016, I used to listen to a lot of like Logic
Yeah,
and shit like that, and I used to go to school just rapping his verses.
yeah.
It's like my friends and stuff, just rapping his verses. So, you know, I kind of fell in love with music like through that, or through like the craft of rapping. And then eventually, in like 2017, I started actually writing my own lyrics.
Yeah,
You feel me? A lot of people don't know this. Like, I'm a singer now, but like a lot of people don't know this. I started rapping like in my first ever project, which you'll never find to this day. Like it was a whole ass rap project, like
yeah,
like 5-minute songs. You know, I used to write verses in like a book,
yeah,
like the big ass books, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 pages just of verses, bro, in one
Damn.
song. Like I used to really be like that.
I think like most artists starters like with the thing of writing other people's lyrics until you write your own. Because I also went through that. I'm like, damn shit. Like they buy you books for you to like use them for school, and then like, nah, this one's for the lyrics. That's for
On
the
God,
lyrics.
bro. On God. I used to write it like the back of every book I had.
Yeah.
So it's like the front, eu começar com maths, and then it just turns into turns into lyrics at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Hey,
but, you
that's
know,
dope. And when did you start like taking music serious? Like when you say like, nah, I want to do this as a career, not just a
guess-
hobby.
I guess music has always just been that thing for me. Like ever since I started really in 2017, like I've been wanting to go to the studio, and ever since I stepped into the studio, I just never stepped out.
Yeah.
Like it's just always been that thing for me. Like,
Damn.
you know,
So how did you like at first? Did you start with the recording yourself, or you had certain friends that had the material and shit?
at first, when I first got like back to Mozambique in 2017, you know, I came from South Africa. I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anybody. So when I first came back, I was in Trisha school, which is like a South African school here in Maputo, right?
Yeah.
I went to that school, and in class, there was this homie of mine, and he was a rapper. His friends was rappers, And I never even understood the concept of like, I was writing my own lyrics at the time, but I didn't know that, hey, this nigga's actually going to the studio like right next to me. This nigga's right next to me and he's going to studios, he's making music.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, I want to do that. So, I at the time I asked them, yo, can y'all take me to the studio with y'all? I'm trying to record, I'm trying to make something.
Yeah.
And they wasn't believing me because I was like a kid. I was like 12, bro.
Yeah.
So they were like, what the fuck what's this kid talking about? What the fuck this kid talking about, right? So they were like that. They didn't even take me to the studio. Like I asked them to go to the studio. They didn't take me to the studio. So it got to the point where like in 2018, I just Googled.
Yeah.
No, actually, I think my cousin, he sent me the location of a studio where he used to record at because he was also making music at the time.
Okay.
So I just literally pulled up to the studio by myself because I needed to go there. Like I couldn't just sit back and wait for these niggas to take me because they wasn't gonna take me.
Yeah, yeah,
So I just
true
went to the
shit.
studio for myself. And yeah, since then.
Because a lot of niggas want to shine on their own out here.
And it wasn't even about shining, bro. I guess they just really ain't see, like, how can this kid make music?
At this age. And some people try to compare themselves to certain people like, when I had this certain age, I wasn't doing this and that, while they forget that times are changing. Understand? And then from there, now you starting to take the music seriously. And do you drop the music, or do you first like listen? You send it to like your friends, like, hey, yo, just listen to this, listen to that, and what did you think? Is it good for me to drop first or what? Because I remember at some point I went through the whole sending reference to people before I drop until I'm like, nah, that's not how I want to do it anymore.
Definitely, I definitely have always had like a group of confidants of people that I like, my homies that I really trust to like, actually tell me like real opinions on my music. But as of lately, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really like be doing that because I just feel like a lot of people just be gassing me up.
Yeah,
They're
true
just
shit.
like, oh, it's fire, oh, it's fire, it's fire. So I don't really be sending music to people like that anymore because they're just gonna tell me the same thing. But I still like to keep like an open ear for music because I feel like if I'm making songs, it's not just for me at this point. So I'm really trying to make music for the whole world to listen to, for you to, whoever, if you're in a car with your parents, if you're in a festival, like wherever you are. So, I got to understand what the people actually like listening to. So at this point, I just go out and I really just play my music in front of like groups of people.
Okay.
And see their reaction most of the time. But actually, most of the time, it's really just me being like, yeah, this is fire. I fuck with this.
Damn.
Let's go.
And what's your very first project you dropped, like, and you're like, damn.
Like, this is fire.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I had to say my first EP, full disclosure.
Yeah.
Which was a whole acoustic project.
Yeah, that was dope, by the way.
Yeah, it was a whole project. It was a whole project based on heartbreak, and it was like a whole acoustic thing that I made, recorded it by myself, mixed, mastered everything by myself.
Okay.
And that was the first project where I felt like, oh shit, this nigga can actually make something. Because it was, to me and to a lot of people that heard it, like, from beginning, it was like 5 songs. Like, from beginning to start, it was something you could listen to and you could be like, yo, this kid actually got something.
Yeah.
That's where I started feeling like that.
Okay, so like the heartbreak project, was it based on your heartbreak, or just, we have those sad moments where they might put us in a situation where we think our heart is broken. I don't know if that makes sense, but was it based on a certain situation or certain somebody, or just something you felt like, let me just...
Now, I was going through it, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was going through some tough shit.
Okay.
And I felt like the only way that I had to express it was when I went back home and I was just in front of the mic.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, I just told my entire story through that.
Damn.
That's how I've always been, really. I've never been one to like tell other people's story. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can, but it like takes much more effort.
Yeah, because now you have to put yourself in their certain perspective or point of view, to some point where you don't even know if it's fully this or fully that.
Like,
but
if it's not your story, then how will you understand it yourself?
But then that's where we call ourselves artists, because you have to put that, like, your creativity now has to put that thing like in music, or put that in words or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, like, there are definitely people that can do that. but I prefer to just tell my own story because it's more authentic. It's more like me, you know. This I feel like I can really paint the perfect picture,
Yeah.
you know, because it's my actual story. It's my pain. It's my shit that I was going through. So you know.
So you don't believe in ghostwriters, or you wouldn't want to have a ghostwriter?
Till now, I haven't really worked with anybody. I've written songs for other people,
Yeah.
but I've never really like you know had people write my songs. But I think music is a collaborative process, and you know eventually I probably will try to work with some other people just to get you know different perspectives on my music and shit. But like right now, I just be doing it all myself, for real. When it
Yeah,
comes to the lyrics and everything.
that's dope. I really like that.
Mm.
And now let's talk about On My Way, because like I feel like that's how I knew Jay. As much as you might have dropped something else, but then when I heard that jam,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, the reason why I'm starting from back then, I want so that people see like how you evolve as a person and as an artist. Because when I say as a person, it's how you write the words, the maturity. You understand? As an artist, the music, the melodies, the tones that you use, and all that. So, like, take us back on My Way. How did you like? How did you come? How did that song come about? And how did you get an MFK production? Because I think it was that time when MFK was still producing for, was it? I think is it Young Sisters?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was still that Young Sisters mood and all that. Because a lot of people might think I get put to Sidish Maningo, he thinks he's the shit, but I think he's a humble dude.
I mean, okay, when it comes to that song, first of all, like MFK, he been my homie for a minute.
Yeah.
I met him in school when I was still studying there, and ever since then we kicked it. A lot of people don't know this. I'm the person that actually bought his first beat.
Damn.
Like
Shout out to you.
The
Shout out
first
to
beat
you.
he ever sold was to me.
Yeah.
You know, so ever since then we just been cool. And I think he randomly sent me that beat like way before I even recorded on that song. And then one day I'm just going through beats, right? Because I'm trying to record.
Yeah.
I'm going through beats. I looked through my notes and I just find this beat, right? I hear it. I'm like, oh shit, this is fire. But I'm telling you, that was like probably a year after he sent me.
Damn.
Right. But I just hopped on the beat and I don't write my lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't write my lyrics. So everything I was a freestyle. So I did that. And the song came out. I think the reason why you probably was the first time you heard that song was because it was my first song to actually be distributed on every platform.
Oh yeah.
You know, before that it was probably just SoundCloud, but that song I actually, you know, invested in and put it on YouTube, put it on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, everywhere. Nigga, even fucking Boomplay. Like, you know, that song is everywhere.
Yeah. Title something that we somehow haven't
Everywhere,
figured
bro.
out a way to use.
Everywhere. At that
Yeah.
time I was really about like putting my music everywhere. So I think that's why you probably heard that first.
Yeah.
But it was a good time since then. We just been skyrocketing, you know.
Yeah,
Going
because
up.
I see like the chemistry that you guys have as a producer and as a musician as well. Because like for you to have a dope ass song, it also depends on the producer. You understand? And then that's when now we have to talk about Azul, like your latest project. Because most of that production is MFK, or all of the beats.
You got like 2 songs in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. And I was so surprised when I remember even us in the studio station, like, who produced Full Moon? Like MFK. I'm like, nah, fuck it, nah. I don't really that yeah. Nah.
Nah, that was him, bro. We actually produced that shit together. We was
Yeah.
at his crib. It was at his crib like the day before I recorded, and we just like got done with that beat. I heard the melody. I'm like, yo, you should turn this into something.
Yeah.
And like we did it right there. Next day went to the studio, recorded that shit. Next day called Nicko. He recorded that shit.
Yeah. How did the feature come about? The whole Nicko journey feature.
Like, I didn't know Nicko before that. I never met Nicko. I never saw Nicko. Like, I'd only heard of him because he was pretty popping at the time.
Yeah.
So when I got done recording in the studio, I was recording at Cypher. And EO, which is the producer at Cypher,
Yeah.
when I got done recording like the verse and the chorus, I asked him, yo, what you think of the song and who you think can hop on this? And he was like, yo, this some wavy ass shit, bro. I'm thinking like Nicko, That's the first thing he said. So what I did is, as soon as I got to the crib, I DM Nicko. I was like, yo, I got a verse for you. I got a song for you. Send me your email. And, if you fuck with it, hit me back.
Yeah.
He sent me his email. That's it. He just sent me his email. I sent him the song. And I think he texted me like the next day or something. Like, yo, this shit fire. This shit fire. So next day I went to the studio. I went back to the studio to just finish the song.
Yeah.
My parts. And as I'm walking in the studio, nigga sitting right there. Like, he was literally just sitting right there. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's the first time I actually saw him and met him in person.
Yeah.
So then I played him the song in person. And he was like, yo, this shit is fire. I'm like, yo. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to do the verse. He did the verse right there on that day. But yeah, that was cool.
The rest is history.
Cool. Shout out Nicko.
Damn. And how was the feedback of the project Azul?
The project in and of itself, it was a very beautiful project. I did like a lot to make sure that it was a really consistent project. I put a lot of time into it. You put a lot of time into it being like the engineer.
Yeah.
And I think for the work we did, I think we got like the right amount of feedback. From there, we just got to keep going, because that project was probably the project that a lot of people actually found me out from. A lot of new people.
Yeah.
A lot of new people. So yeah, from there we just got to keep going. I'm far from done. So.
And why Azul? Like the title Azul, I think it was something random. Like dropping a project #Azul. I'm like, the hashtag, is it a part of a movement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like the whole project is based on this concept that at the time I was really going through some shit, and I really felt like I had this saying, the lens of my life is tinted blue.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't try to imagine this, try to picture this.
Okay.
Right, you see, you're going through life, you wake up and everything is just on this blue tinted filter. Your whole life is just on this blue mood. Like, it's kind of this moody thing where it's kind of melancholic, not really depressed, but kind of sad. That's how I felt every day while I was making that project. So when I was thinking about the name, I was like, the only thing that really makes sense is Azul.
Damn, that's
how that came out.
And based on because I was checking your status during the week of the release, and based on the feedback that you have been getting, I saw that a lot of people really fucked with Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, I actually didn't expect people to really fuck with that song like that.
Yeah,
I thought the favorite song was gonna be Full Moon, because it's like the biggest song on there. But a lot of people fuck with Hollywood. I feel like Hollywood was one of the most authentic songs that I had there because it was actually based on a true story.
Yeah,
like it was based on the story of me and this girl. We was going through some shit.
Yeah. It's always the girls. Hey, what are you girls doing to us, dog? Please.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah, but we was going through some shit, and the way I told that story was like exact. Like, I wrote that shit down, like, to tell the complete story, and I guess people felt it. People related to it, and I think that's why it was like one of the most heartfelt songs on there.
Yeah. And what's this private party? I feel like for me, it's and as I said at that time, it was my favorite song of yours until you dropped the project. Where now I was confused. Like, guys, please check Private Party out. Yo, pull up to the private party swerving.
For sure.
Damn, yeah, I really forgot that song.
Appreciate
Now, from Azul, what else? What's coming? Because I know, do we have a music video from the project, or what? What have you been working on? Because you can't just give us MP3s only.
Yeah, I feel you. That song came with this live performance that I did at the box.
Oh yeah.
At Studio75.
Okay.
We filmed it there, and it's been getting good reception because of that.
Yeah.
That's one of the visuals that we have so far from it.
Okay.
I'm actually working on a deluxe.
Damn.
On deluxe for that project. So, when that come out, there's gonna be way more visuals.
Yeah.
Way more people featured on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many songs is the Azul project like?
The Azul is 5 songs on it.
Okay.
It's an EP.
And the deluxe, how many songs do you think Or do you assume that it might get?
I can't really say that right now, but like when it comes, it's definitely gonna be another fully packed project.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to feel like a fully packed this is a J project, like
Okay.
not
So
just an EP.
it's a way to get to know Jay even more.
For sure,
Now way.
for sure.
Hey, that's dope, dog.
Hmm.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about is like what's this? The distribution thingy. Like, cause this is something we're talking about behind the scenes. The whole do you have knowledge about the distribution platforms and the publishing thing as an artist or not? Porque I feel like that's a certain thing that we have to educate other artists, not just upcoming. Porque também tem madoras que não sabem about the whole distribution platform thing, the difference between distribution and publishing and the masters and all that. Do you have knowledge of?
Like I'm trying to inform myself every day and trying to get more information on the whole business aspect of music, which
Yeah.
is something a lot of people don't look at. But as an independent artist nowadays, you really have to look at the business because it is. If you really want to make money, if you really want to do something
Yeah.
outside of just making a song, then you really have to look into the business, and the business comes with all that publishing, distribution, and all that. So, I feel like I'm pretty well informed when it comes to most of that.
Yeah.
I'm still, getting more experience, learning more things, but when it comes to the business side of it, I feel like I still have a lot to learn,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm not in a position to be really
To be
taken
really-
for granted by a lot of people just take shitty situations and shitty deals and all
Yeah.
that because they simply just don't know.
Yeah, and some
You know?
maybe they get promised things or they get sold the dream. You understand?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I almost got signed to like this TV/radio network,
Yeah.
right? And when they actually gave us the contract,
Yeah.
bro, you had to look at that. That was the shittiest. And bro, I was like 17 or 16 at the time,
Yeah.
so I don't really know what like a contract looks like. But I could tell from being 16 years old, I could tell that this was the shittiest contract I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Normally we call that a nigga deal.
On God, bro, I don't know what them niggas was trying to get with me. I didn't sign that deal. Yeah. I ain't signed that deal. Like there were people working in that label with me.
Yeah.
Like I was working with the label, but I never signed.
Yeah.
I never
yeah.
signed with them for real. There was people that did sign out, and to this day, I don't know how they looking like, but hey,
We
That shit
don't
was
see them
crazy.
anyway. They think they were sold the
That shit
dream.
was
Dog.
crazy.
They were sold the dream.
nah, that shit was crazy.
All right, cool. Now let's talk about the Cypher Studio75. What do you call it? O que é dos comboios?
Yeah,
Comboios?
comboio dos dudes. something like
Yeah,
that.
whatever that is.
Mhm.
What's this? How did that come about?
That thing was actually happening. Like when I saw that, I saw the first one, which was like Nicko, CZ, King Clay, and a bunch of niggas.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, this shit is dope. That shit was like high quality and everything. I saw that on YouTube. And for
Yeah.
some, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And I don't want to sound like conceited or I want to sound like I'm bigging myself up. But when I saw the first video, I was like, nah, these niggas gonna call me. Like I knew them niggas was gonna call me.
yeah,
So I just waited like a week later. They did call me. They were like, yo, we asked I'm in the Studio75. My nigga, Chris Fontana.
yeah,
He works there.
yeah.
And we had previously worked on, I told you, Full Moon video
Full
at the
Moon,
box,
yeah.
so he knew who I was.
Yeah,
So he just called me like, yo, we working on this cipher. Pull up. I get there, and you had to actually film the video, you actually had to record the cipher, film the video in the same day.
damn.
So I get there, and there's a bunch of niggas in the studio. It's like, My Bro, Shania, Peter Shana, who, a bunch of niggas in the studio. And I get there, and I'm a pretty quick recorder, you know that.
Yeah,
So I did my verse and everything, wrote down. I didn't write my verse, I was freestyling, but I did all that in like, 15, 20 minutes. And then they did their parts, and then we recorded the video. And that's how that came out. It was pretty natural, it was pretty good. But I really like what it did for me because it actually brought a lot of people to know who I was and to actually see my face and know that,
Yeah.
oh, that nigga fire. That nigga fire for real. So shout out Studio75, you know, they doing their thing.
Yeah, because as I said, you're not just like a melodic artist, you're a rapper as well, and the bars will have
Yeah,
it.
bro. And at that time, it was so weird because I'm working on like these whole R&B and acoustic projects and all that type of all that singing, rock star, pop star type of shit, right? And then these niggas call me like, "Yo, come rap." Numa cena chamada Comboio dos Estúdios, but the niggas is just dropping bars and shit. Like, look, you gotta understand. I pulled up a day before.
Yeah.
We recorded because I thought we was gonna record the day before, right? And when I pull up, bro, eu tô chegado. Tô vendo malta smaller. Tô vendo sei quem, bro. Like the most underground beat I've ever heard. I'm
For
like,
sure you
am
thought-
I in the right fucking studio? Like, bro, you gotta understand. You put me in a room with these niggas, and it's not like I can't out rap these niggas, but it's just like,
Yeah.
and it's so weird to come out the studio singing my whole shit in the studio and then coming out and having to go and rap like that. But I feel like I did my thing. No.
Hey,
Yeah.
damn, shout out to that though. Like, when didn't you experience a mini blackout or like, cause like as you said, you just record the song and then you film the cipher the same day. Isn't
Yeah.
that part where you just forget your lyrics? Cause you
Yeah,
just
but
did
I
this
didn't
shit,
know
like-
any of my lyrics, bro. I didn't know any of my
Or maybe
lyrics.
that's why they gave you all mics so that you just do this.
That is, bro, you're literally saying exactly what happened. Because I didn't know any of my lyrics, but there was like, bro, it's really not that deep, bro. Just rap with the mic on your face
Yeah.
and just make the gestures look good, and the rest will work out.
Hey,
'Cause
damn,
I didn't,
shout
bro,
out.
how am I supposed to remember my lyrics that I just
You just did.
not even wrote down? I just freestyled my lyrics, and now I'm supposed to come and rap my lyrics,
Yeah.
right? Like, it was crazy, but it came out looking good. So, you know, shout out.
And
Shout
I
out
like
to 75.
the originality though, because like a lot of people when they go to they go in a song that's in Portuguese, they want to do it in Portuguese while they know that the Portuguese is like weak or it's not even that good for certain people. Because like if it was someone else, or if it wasn't the J, what's happening? Okay, the light will be back. If it wasn't the J that we know, maybe it was someone else. Everybody in that song like Portuguese, and then you're like, nah, let me take your guys elsewhere. Let me just be original. I like the originality. Shout out to that.
For sure. It wasn't even on purpose. It's just me, bro.
Yeah, come on.
I'm really just being me. Like, I just hopped in the studio. I couldn't do anything else because anything else wouldn't have been me.
Yeah, because well, I'm sure your fans and the people you know be like, what? Who's that? Nah, that's not the J we know. He sold out. I mean, because I think that's what would have happened. Anyways, now we just since you said you didn't want to talk a lot, you find yourself talking a lot. But let's talk about upcoming projects, not just Azul. Are you in partnerships with anything or anyone or any company, or you working on something else outside the music?
Right now, I'm outside of my deluxe that I'm working on. I am working on Full Disclosure too.
Yeah.
And that project is coming out. I'm working with my producer, Anito. And,
Yeah.
you know, he a dope-ass producer. And
Shout out
that's
Nito.
hopefully going to come out in, like, the next, like, you know, I don't know, like 2 months or something.
Yeah, the winter season. Because
Yep.
like R&B vibes.
Yep.
R&B vibes. Hey, that's dope. Anything else?
Outside of that is just things that you'll eventually see.
Mm.
You know, but I'm working on a lot. I'm still young. I still got so much to do. There's so much I want to do, but I don't want to speak upon it because, you know, I'm a person. I just like to get shit done.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason I said that is because the project is almost done. So, you know, I know it's coming out
Yeah, that's dope.
for sure.
Why don't you go like let me ask, I'm trying to put this in the right way so that it doesn't seem unfair to other artists. Why do you minimize your appearance on TV? Let me just put like minimize, because you don't go on TV a lot as much as other artists do.
I think the only reason I don't go on TV, like I can go on TV whenever I want because I just have those connects. But like the reason I minimized it was because I never felt like I could truly express myself in those type of interviews. Like I always felt like I was somebody else.
Yeah, because now you have to put in the
It's because of the language barrier, you know.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to put in like, you know, change everything I said to Portuguese, and it just didn't feel like me, you know. At the because like I was working with like a TV label,
Yeah.
the whole TV network, so I could go to TV whenever I wanted to, you know. But I just chose not to because it was like I didn't feel like it was me. I didn't feel like I was really being myself
Yeah.
in that network. I feel like I could do it if it's in English, but like in Portuguese, it's really just not my thing. Like for real, I really just felt uncomfortable doing it, so I stopped.
Damn, that's facts though, because I remember my interview in Atresange, like back in the days. When I went there, I'm like, yeah, thank God Dago knows how to speak English, because that was my first ever like big TV whatever interview that I had to go to. Because normally we go to the small ones just to get more practice and shit. And then when I got there, it was just English and we were just flowing. Like, thank God, I was myself. I felt comfortable.
You know, I was having a conversation with Nicko one time, and he was telling me about how, like, cause he was Nicko, CZ, and you know everybody else that was a part of like the SoundCloud community that first began,
Yeah,
like the hip hop move
yeah,
here in Moz, which was like SoundCloud's days and all that stuff. They were all rapping in English. Most of their songs, like Dreaming, they were rapping in English, right?
yeah,
And then you can notice that now they've like switched up on that. Like now they're like actually rapping and singing in Portuguese completely, almost completely, you know. And he was telling me about how and why they did that. Like it was actually a whole thing, you know, because you start to realize that if you really want to be in this market, if you want to flourish in this market, you can do it. You can speak English. You can rap. You can go to the studio, make 100 songs in English, bro. But nobody gonna play that shit, cause
Yeah.
niggas have no idea what the fuck you said.
okay,
Right, and that's just life. This is a really it's like a really small population of people. It's like the minority of people that actually know English like that and would actually listen to that type of
Listen to
music.
that type of music, yeah.
So if you really want to take over in Mozambican market, bro, you can't just come and be like, oh, why don't y'all learn English, bro? It's a Mozambican market. They speak Portuguese.
But somehow
You
they're
feel what I'm
limiting
saying?
themselves, because
Yeah,
like,
but you can't change the whole market, bro.
I'm not saying we should change or they should change, but then I'm saying it's really unfair how you have like you as a person, you as you said, you were just based in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You as a person just came and now you have to learn English, like Portuguese, like
For sure,
if you don't speak Portuguese, no one fala contigo
for sure.
because you
But
don't
I guess
understand.
but it is what it is at the end of the day. Like,
Guys, just it's an individual issue, but I just had to lay it out there because yeah, we English speaking niggas, yeah, we estamos sofrer. Because like on my music as well, I remember we were doing Talk the song,
yeah,
and then I'm like, that's my opportunity. Let me just put few bars in Portuguese and see how the people will react, because I've never really done that like that. And then Zilla hit me up like, bro, is that you in Portuguese? I'm like, yeah, like what the fuck?
niggas was in disbelief. Like they couldn't believe this nigga
Everybody
was
couldn't
actually
believe like
rapping in Portuguese.
this nigga just did bars in Portuguese. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's still dope though, but yeah. I'm like, but I wouldn't change myself like that. I feel like, as you said, you felt uncomfortable in an interview where they speak Portuguese. I'll also feel uncomfortable doing a full song in Portuguese.
I feel
So I'll still maintain my.
I feel you, but you know
mix.
what? You know what? I've learned to accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
And I am actually making more songs in Portuguese, you know, and it's not even in a natural way. Like,
Yeah.
for example, me, I'm not going out my way to make these songs, but like, you know, it is still like my country. I'm from here.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's still in me. Right. So I do tend to like, you know, explore and see where I can go and see where I can do it. But
Yeah. Like those 2 bars just to,
yeah, my goal is to end this year with at least one complete song in Portuguese. That's my goal.
but then there you have to sit with certain people, because I feel like when I have sessions with other people, like me being the engineer, when they're rapping Portuguese, some of the things I can see like, hey, yo, fam, yeah, you messing up the Portuguese, but then some of the things I don't know shit. So now when you do a session like that, I remember at the time someone did a session like the first few years that I was in the in Moz. Then he did a session with me, and then the friend came about the day they had to come and get the master version. Like, hey yo, bro, you let this nigga do the broken Portuguese. I'm like, bro, I don't understand anything that this nigga was saying. My job is to get the vocal right,
Yeah.
the beat on point, the everything right. It's not my job to come and educate you on your own language now. I'm sorry. But never. Can't see me.
Sure.
Uh top, because I want to talk about top 5 old favorite, like your top 5 old school, because old school I feel like the list is always the same. So let me talk about top 5 artists for you. Who's your top in Mozambique, your top 5?
In Mozambique.
Yeah, because you can't say outside, because we know the list will be obvious somewhere there,
I mean,
because I know like
Mozambique,
somehow you listen to
my top
some
5.
others.
Probably not in this order, but number 1, Jay.
Obviously.
I really fuck with Utah. He's one of
Shout
my
out.
favorite artists. I've told him that, I think.
Yeah, shout out.
King Ceezy
Definitely.
and Mar. Dope artist.
Definitely.
Dope artist.
Definitely.
Nicko. Yeah. I guess it's my top 5.
You see, simple, clean. But if I said most of the people are saying top 5 old school, bro, we always have the same list. I won't say the names because people will think I'm trying to, but no, it's not about it. Today I didn't have like any. I had something planned like never have I ever, but I'm like, nah.
That would have been crazy. You trying to get me in trouble, Chris?
That's why I'm like,
You trying to
let
get me in trouble.
let me not do that, because now they'll see you
Hey.
differently. But anyways, shout out to you, dog. Thanks for your time and everything. I wish you had more time to talk about certain things, but it's not the first time. It's not the only time that you'll be here.
Yeah,
We'll
for
call
sure.
you other times as well. If you have a project that you want to push or promote, hit us up. We're going to put you on the spot and then you talk about it better.
For sure,
Shout
bro. I
out to you,
appreciate
bro.
you having me. Appreciate you putting me on your platform.
Yeah.
Let's run it up.
Yeah. Any shout outs you want to say, or anything that you want the people to pay attention upon? This is your opportunity.
I just want people to know that I'm coming.
Yeah. That's good. That's it. Obviously, baby, he's coming.
Good afternoon, people. How you do? Oh, this is different, eh? Yeah, this is different. Good afternoon, people. How you doing? This is Z1, aka Mr. Summers over. Welcome to Lil. My what? My phone's somewhere over there. I don't know.
Damn. You have to restart.
It's not? Ah, it's on the chair. It's on the chair. That chair behind you. Yeah.
You have to restart that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Run it back. Good afternoon, people. How you doing? This is Z1, aka Mr. Summers over. Welcome to LLK Podcast Xpereince. I'm here with our guest of honor, the man himself, the man behind Azul, Jhay.
Hey, what's Gucci, people?
Hey, how you doing, guy?
I'm great. How you doing, fam?
It's all good. It's all good. We go way back, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah. Do you remember how we met, bro?
Bruh, how did we meet? I don't really remember, but I know that like, one of the first times we met, we had to go to the studio and we recorded a song called Legends.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
That
ain't
was
it?
a while ago.
We
That was
were
a minute.
so whack back then.
I was good.
You was good.
I was good.
He capping. He
I was
capping.
good.
O Esperança é a última mulher, but yeah,
Yeah.
we came a long way.
Yeah.
How do you
sure.
think you've grown in the time since?
I feel like in music, I became way better. I became way better at singing. I became way better at writing lyrics. And, you know, at the time I was a kid, though, I've grown since then.
How old were you when you started?
I was like 13, bro.
How old are you now?
18. I'm about
Damn.
to turn 19.
That's crazy. That's a lot of years. What would be your advice to the people that are on the come up, that are starting, from the experiences that you learned? What would be the four tips that you would give to someone that's coming up?
I don't know about 4 tips, but like anything I can say is don't let anybody tell you can't do shit, because those people are just projecting their own insecurities and failures onto you. Because how do you know? How does somebody else know that you can't do it? How does somebody know what you're capable of doing? You feel what I'm saying? If I listened to people that told me, "Oh, I'm not gonna take you to the studio," I wouldn't have been an artist to this day. You feel what I'm saying? So just don't listen to anybody that's trying to hate on you, trying to front on you, trying to put their insecurities on you. Just do your thing. At the end of the day, bro, you're gonna shine regardless.
Yeah. Tell them. That's good. Do you feel like
Oh, and always sign contracts.
always,
Never take money without signing contracts.
and read the contract before you sign them?
For sure.
Do you feel like, okay, when you make good music, right? The response is always to get good responses. Do you feel like you have yes man, or is your songs are your songs just that good?
Pause. I think you're gonna have to run that question back because
If you send a song to someone, right, and their reply is always the same, like, "Oh, this is good, this is fire." Do you think your songs are just that good, or are they yes men?
a lot of people have turned yes men. A lot of people just tell me shit is fire for the sake of telling me it's fire, you know. And I guess I have a standard of fire music, you know. But that's the type of person I try to like stay away from because I know I can always get better, and I fuck with people that really honest with me and really telling me like, yeah, no, this shit is trash.
Is that personal insatisfaction, or because for you something might be trash, right? Because you know you can do better.
Okay.
But in my perspective, I'm not gonna be listening like, oh, you can do better or something. I'm gonna hear what you gave me, and if I hear it and I like it, I'm like, okay, that's good, right? So is it personal insatisfaction, or is it really this shit is trash?
I mean, I guess you're right. You know, the person might just hear the song and be like, yo, this is actually fire. I guess.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
But I don't fuck with yes man. I really fuck with people that are honest with me, that tell me straight up how, yo, you know. Because if you ain't gonna play my music in front of your friends, then is it really that fire?
Good question. Good question. Good question. And I always test my songs out like that. I also make music, but I'm a fashion designer most time. Go to Summer's Over store
Shameless promotion.
and cop yourself some good old merch.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. So I don't remember what I was about to say. But who do you look up to in the game right now? Is there anyone you look up to?
That's a tough question, but I really fuck with the way that, like, one of my favorite artists, and probably my favorite artist, is Tory Lanez. And through the years, we all know what's going on with him, and like everything that he's been going through. I really fuck with what he has been teaching his music and his fan base, to how to handle those type of situations, you know, because I know it can happen to anybody, especially in this industry.
Yeah, exactly. You can shoot a woman anytime in this industry. You know that just happens.
That's not what I meant, but like, you know how all of a sudden you're the biggest artist in the world, you know, everybody fuck with you, and all of a sudden Twitter or whatever just starts to like hate on you. They try to cancel you for some stupid shit. They're trying to, you know, whatever. And a lot of people like fall victim to that because they don't know how to handle, like, you know, all like a million comments on the internet telling you to go kill yourself. Like, they don't know how to handle that shit. But like,
you can say that's the price of fame. And now let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Are you willing to pay that price?
For sure. Like, I don't fuck with fame like that. Like, I really just be about my music. If I could just stay in the crib and make music, like, that would be my thing. But I guess it comes with a job. It comes with the territory. So
what's your end goal with music?
I'm just trying to provide for myself and my family, you know, and as long as they happy, I'm happy. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. I feel you. That's good.
You can also ask him a question, dog. Like, I want this to be the part 2 of an interview.
Nah, for sure.
Just have a convo between the two of you guys.
Oh, for sure. Say less.
Yeah, he can also ask something. This is not an interview, it's a podcast.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, it's a conversation.
Hey, yo, Z, I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
It's been 2 years since you dropped your last song, around the time you dropped your Summer's Over project. How do you feel coming back into music after 2 years?
I feel like I'm better than before. I feel like I'm ready. I got a different perspective. I took a while back and I got like better, you know? It's like some fine wine. We get better. We improve on the things. That's the thing about taking a time off, is you get to look back and see what you did wrong. And that's very necessary to do a self-analysis in whatever field you're in. Doing a self-analysis is very essential. Very essential.
Yeah, what do you think you learned in those 2 years that you've put into your music today?
For sure. I learned how to get bitches. That's number one.
For sure.
That's number one.
For sure.
Jokes. I learned a lot. Basically, I learned I wouldn't say a secret, but I learned how to. Can you repeat the question one more time?
I asked, like, in those 2 years that you've been without making music, what are the things that you've picked up on, the things that you've learned that you are now applying to your music today?
I've learned patience. Because before I would record, I would listen to it, and I'll perfect the craft as much as possible, right? In terms of the music, right? If you see the songs I have with Johnny for that time, they are very, I would say they're well written, well structured, and I perfected it to my max capability.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to perfect everything that goes around making the song, which is the cover, the mixing and mastering. I don't do that, right? I don't do the mixing and mastering, but I make sure the guy who does it, I want it the way I want it, and I get it the way I want it.
Yeah.
And man, stay safe. These hoes are dangerous, bro. These hoes can bite you.
The streets is dangerous, my guy.
What experience has female experience wise has left the biggest impact on your music and it's noticeable?
I think females have really shaped the direction in which my music has gone. Because I used to be a rapper, and now I'm more of a singer.
Wow.
You know?
Heartbroken into the R&B life like a true singer himself.
For real, I think my experience with females has definitely shaped most of my R&B songs till now and continues to. So I'm actually forever grateful to women for allowing me to grow into that space. Although fuck them bitches though. But at the same time, it's like without those experiences, I would never have felt the need to be singing. And I feel like singing is where I really found myself as an artist.
How did you create your voice? Because I remember when we started rapping, you couldn't sing for shit.
I was trash, bro. I was really trash. Like, I couldn't sing for shit, bro. I sounded like a dying cat, like, for real.
Yeah, that was true.
I think what happens is, just like going to the gym and just like, working out, you work out your muscles, you do bench presses, you do whatever, you do your push-ups, to try to get your muscles better, more tuned, more,
Yeah.
It's the same thing with a vocal cord. A vocal cord is a muscle at the end of the day. So the more you train it, the more you practice, the more you work on it, the better it becomes. So I've been singing for 2023, right? I've been singing for 3 years, 4 years.
That's a long time.
Every day.
That's a long time.
Every day I be singing.
Do you plan on making any shows, any performances? Because that's where the real revenue for artists come from, not streaming revenue, not ad revenue.
It depends though. You gotta know. I was about to make my own show last year, and you gotta know, making a show, being a promoter de vende, that shit is not as easy as people make it seem, bro.
Factual.
You gotta put a lot of money into making a show, and not always you get that money back.
Isn't that part of investment? Especially, I would say, still on the come up. Still on the come up as someone who's coming up.
For sure.
You're definitely gonna, especially in our market, our Mozambican market, you're gonna invest and lose some money before you start making money back or even profiting.
A lot of money. You're gonna lose a lot of money, bro. But I definitely want to make more shows. I definitely want to be in more shows. I want to get better at my live experience. I feel like last year I performed at a festival, and I did a couple shows here and there. But I'm definitely trying to improve my live experience, because that's where I feel like people get to really know you more. Is through you being right in front of them and being like, yo, this nigga actually right here singing. Damn, that's crazy, bro.
But let's talk a minute. I make clothes, and I didn't start with the biggest budget. I was wearing it yesterday. I had a black shirt. I stamped on a logo on it, and that's how I started. I had to be resourceful, right? But that's easier with clothes, and it's easier in other businesses. Music-wise, it's a little bit different to be resourceful, like recording a song on your phone, mixing and mastering it on your phone, and releasing it. It's hard. It's not impossible. Steve Lacy has done it. So how do you think it's...
I know niggas that record on their phone to this day.
For real?
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They hustlers. But do you think in our Mozambican market, could you be resourceful to make a show? Let's say you have a house, right?
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
You can make a show if you have studio equipment at least, because then all you need is last year I was at a show, Young Ricky was performing.
Oh, that was an amazing show.
Right, and literally these niggas were just at a crib, they set up the mics, they set up the what's it called, the
guitar,
speakers,
the speakers
and everything, and they were just at the crib. You feel what I'm saying? And it's really not that hard. When you really, because you really have to be innovative in the space if you really want to do something, especially without a budget. You feel what I'm saying? You really got to be innovative. So there's a lot of ways for you to make a show. A lot of ways for you to be in people's faces and stuff.
Yeah,
for
sure.
You really just got to be creative and think like a businessman. Think, yo, how am I going to do this? It's not... A lot of people doubt themselves before they even do something.
That's true.
Before they even start. I want to make a show. But then all of these doubts come into their mind about, yo, I can't do this. How am I going to get the money? How am I going to get the people? How am I going to get the tickets? How am I going to get whatever? But I think you just got to lay out a plan and just keep checking everything off. And then eventually you'll see that, hey, shit, I actually made a show and it was possible.
Yeah.
From
our conversation just now, I've made an analysis. is a lot of people, because we live in a small, I wouldn't say small country, but the capital of our country is small. A lot of people know each other, and it's very easy. It's a very gossip based city because it's so small, right? And if I'm starting at the bottom, which is something most people are afraid to do because you're gonna appear lame, to be honest, right? We were at the show, Young Ricky show, right? We had a great time. His vocals, the guests, it was a good show. I will do it again. I'll pay fucking money to do it because I enjoyed the experience. But when you're from outside looking at, oh look, a frog, that's cute, isn't
Wow.
it? Yeah. When you're on the outside looking in, right? You're gonna be a judgmental, and when you're also hearing these judgmental thoughts of when you're on the outside, you get scared to be judged and commented the same way
Yeah.
that someone who's trying and actually doing something is.
I mean, a lot of people might get discouraged from starting from the bottom because they don't want to seem like they started from the bottom.
Exactly.
But that's really life, bro. Cause look, man, I want people to get this out the way, bro. I just want to get this out the way. If you are scared of starting something because you're scared that people are gonna judge you, then you probably weren't meant to do it in the first place. Because for you to be in a business like this, then you have to put yourself out there. And we don't have big budgets. Even the biggest artists, bro, in Mozambique don't have big budgets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to work with what we got. And if you really want to be something, then you got to go through all those tribulations, bro. You got to go through all that shit. You got to go through a lot of shit that people don't know.
You gotta
just to make
put
it possible.
yourself out there.
Just to make it possible. Like, as of
Exactly.
late, you know, I don't know if you know her, Sofia Makilo, right?
Yeah.
She goes by Tika right now.
She be grinding. I see
and
her
she
grind.
she just dropped the song. She just dropped the song like yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And when I saw that, I was like, because you hop online and you hop on Twitter and you see a lot of opinions about what she's doing. A lot of people just don't understand. A lot of people are judgmental. Like, yo,
For real.
she's my age, 18, 19, whatever.
But she's doing big moves.
And a lot of people are like, yo, man, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Hop out the internet, bro. Who get this kid out of here? Like, a lot of people are just hating because, I don't know, people that don't do shit. People that
Yeah.
don't do shit are hating on somebody that's actually trying to do something and become something. And she's
Yeah.
starting from the bottom, bro.
Yeah.
You know, what I say to anybody who's trying to make songs, trying to be an artist, anybody that's hating on her, go yourself and try to make a song, try to make a video, and tell me if you're gonna make something better than what she did.
It's a lot of people in their bed complaining about the people outside running and jogging and staying healthy.
For sure. But that's just how life is. You know, people are always gonna hate, and eventually we'll get to a point, she'll get to a point where she is here, and the people that were hating and stayed hating and proceeded to do nothing are here.
I don't even mind I don't even care about the haters if they stay down or stay up. But I still gotta respect her grind. And even if you have haters, there are always gonna be people that love what you're doing. And I fuck with what she's doing. The song Prato Principal, it's a nice jam. The visuals are good. And I'm enjoying her hustle. Because personally, if I had gone through such controversy and all those comments, I would have felt a certain type of way and I might have left it, but she kept on going.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that. Like, there was this artist friend of mine from a while ago, and she was going through a lot of controversy in the industry. A lot of shit was being talked about it, and I don't know if this is the main reason, but I feel like it was one of the reasons why she gave up music entirely. Like, and she was a good singer. Like, she could actually have gone somewhere.
Yeah.
But because she let people's opinions get in her head, especially people on Twitter, bro, Twitter is not a real place, man.
But it is
Twitter
very
does not
toxic.
exist, bro. Twitter does not exist. Twitter is not a real place. You gotta understand that.
Swine on Twitter. no
Don't be
more.
on there, bro.
You feel
I
what I'm
don't know
saying?
who you're talking about, and she
But
was on a great
I
trajectory.
don't wanna drop her name because it just doesn't feel right. But like, you know, she let that get to her head, I feel like, and now she doesn't even make music anymore, you know, and you know, it's a sad situation, but some people just take that shit too far and can't really handle it. You know, it's what I was trying to say about like the Tory situation. Like, you know, you being able to handle thousands of people, hundreds, thousands of people, millions of people talking shit about you on a daily basis. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy to just ignore that stuff being said about you. But
Yeah.
you know, it comes with the job, it comes with the territory. You gotta know how to handle
It's
it.
the baggage. It's the LeBron effect.
Bro, you ain't shit until people hating on you.
Yeah, it's the LeBron
You
effect. When you're
ain't
great,
shit You
when
are
you're
not.
great,
You are not doing
you're gonna
anything.
get hate.
Sorry to cut you off, but you are not doing anything if people are not hating on you.
Tell them. Say that again.
You
One more
are
time for the
not
people at the back.
doing anything if people aren't hating on you. If you don't
Exactly.
have people that for no reason, unprovoked, just start talking shit about you, bro, then you aren't shit.
That's part of success. Thank you. The temporary host of the LLK Podcast Xpereince. We don't have that much time, but I would love to continue our conversation. Unfortunately, that's our time for today. Thank you very much. Please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you. Good night.